Last month, I reviewed what I believe to be the best golf ball for mid-handicap golfers, the Wilson Triad. While a lot of you agreed with my findings in that video, there was a few of you that believed that the Taylormade Tour Response was actually a better golf ball. So here we are today reviewing the Taylormade Tour Response. I'm going to be putting that golf ball through its paces today and at the same time comparing it against the Wilson Triad. By the end of this video, we will know for sure which golf ball is the best golf ball for mid-handicap golfers. Let's get into it. First things first, let's have a look at some of the specifications for these two golf balls. Arguably the most important thing to consider is the compression rating. The Taylormade Tour Response has a compression rating of 70, which, to be honest, is a little bit on the soft side. The average male golfer swings the driver at around 93 miles an hour. So ideally, we're looking for a compression of around 80. So even for the average golfer, the Tour Response is going to feel a little bit soft. Whereas the Wilson Triad has a compression rating of 80, which is about right for a 93 mile an hour swing speed. Price-wise, the Taylormade is going to cost you around £40 per dozen compared to the Wilson, which is around £35 a dozen. I got these prices from American Golf, which isn't the cheapest retailer here in the UK, but it should give us a rough idea of how much these golf balls are going to set you back. So far, I'm sticking to my guns about the Wilson Triad being better for mid-handicappers. But let's have a look at their construction. Both golf balls have a 3-layer build, and both golf balls have a urethane cover, which every single premium golf ball on the market tends to go for nowadays. So far, I'm still giving the edge to the Wilson Triad. It's cheaper, and I think the compression rating is more suited to the average golfer. But as always, the proof is in the pudding. Let's gather some data with these two golf balls and see which one is performing better. As always, I'm going to gather my data here in the simulator using the FlightScope Mevo Plus launch monitor. I'm going to hit both golf balls with 4 different clubs: the lob wedge, the pitching wedge, the 7-iron, and the driver. I want to know how these golf balls perform throughout the whole bag. I'm going to hit 20 shots with each ball, with each club, and I'm going to use club speed as a controlling factor for this test. By doing that, I'm making sure that I'm comparing both golf balls fairly. Once I've hit all my shots, I'm going to use the best 15 strikes from each ball with each club and then present you guys with all the data. By picking the best 15 strikes, I'm making sure that I'm giving you guys reliable data. I am an average golfer after all, so I am going to hit the odd bad shot, and there's no point using those bad shots in the data. Now, if you've done the maths on that, you'll know I'm going to be hitting 160 shots for this test. So I better crack on. Now, I'm not going to bore you with every single shot. I'll be back in a second with the results. Right, results are in. But before I show you these results, how do these golf balls actually feel? Was the difference in compression ratings actually noticeable when you hit the golf balls? Well, the answer to that is yes. If you like a softer golf ball, the Taylormade Tour Response was definitely softer than the Wilson Triad. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing because feel is totally subjective. I might think it's too soft, but you guys at home might think it's perfect for you. The only way you guys are going to really know if this golf ball is too soft for you is simply by hitting it. My driver swing speed is above average. I'm swinging the driver at around 100 miles an hour. So the Taylormade is going to feel a little bit too soft for me. But again, that's just my opinion. You guys should try these golf balls yourself and find out. Anyway, let's have a look at the data. Let's start off with the lob wedge results. Now, for the lob wedge, the average club head speed for this test was 50 miles an hour, which is basically a pitch shot for me. Now, this is an area of the game where you need a lot of control, so stopping power is going to be key for this golf club. I'll put all the results on screen for you now. As you can see, there isn't actually that much to choose between these two golf balls. Carry is basically the same, the ball speed is basically the same, spin is almost identical, and the descent angle is almost the same. You could argue that the Wilson Triad is stopping a little bit quicker because it's descending a little bit steeper, but honestly, us average golfers aren't going to notice that difference out on the golf course. I don't even think a tour pro could notice that difference. After round one, I'm going to call this a tied ball game. Pun intended. Let's move on to the pitch and wedge results. For the pitch and wedge, the average club head speed was 77 miles an hour, which is basically a full swing for me. Now we're starting to see a bit of a difference between these two golf balls. We're starting to hit the golf ball a little bit harder, so if there's any differences between these two golf balls, we'll start noticing from now on. Here are all of the results. Okay, so we've got a 3-yard difference in carry with the Taylormade taking the win, but at what cost? The ball speed was only slightly better, but the biggest difference in my opinion was the spin number. The Taylormade is spinning basically 600 less than the Wilson, which is actually quite a lot, and would explain why it's actually carrying further than the Wilson. But the stopping power is compromised a bit here, even with the steeper descent angle. Looking at these results, I think the Wilson will probably stop a little bit quicker than the Taylormade. But the big question is here, do we value distance or control? Do we want to hit the ball a long way, or do we want it to stop quick? Get in the comments, let me know which one you would prefer so far. I think I'm going to have to give the edge to the Taylormade for this golf club. Out of the 4 metrics that we looked at, it was better in 3 of them. And I can't not give the Taylormade the win if it's winning 3 out of 4 of the categories. But there is a bit of an asterisk on that result for me. Let's have a look at the 7-iron results. For the 7-iron, the average club head speed for the test was 87 miles an hour, which is a full swing for me with this club. If you thought the Taylormade Tour Response was edging this test so far, think again. Here are all of the results. As you can see, the Wilson Triad has well and truly entered the fray. We've got longer carry, faster ball speed, more spin, and a steeper descent angle. The Wilson Triad has wiped the floor with the Taylormade with the 7-iron. I'd argue that both golf balls probably have lower spin numbers than I'd usually like, and that might be down to the fact that both golf balls are a little bit low on the compression rating for me. But still, the Wilson Triad is performing really well here, and that's a very easy win over the Taylormade for this round. We've got 1 club to go, and we've got a tied ball game so far. Let's see how these golf balls perform with the driver. Finally, for the driver, the average club head speed for the test was 100 miles an hour. Now, this isn't a full swing for me, but it's a speed that I can reliably replicate, which is really important for this test, especially considering I'm coming towards the end of a 160 shot test. Now, just an FYI, for these tests, I always buy a brand new sleeve of 3 golf balls. I'll use 1 ball for the lob wedge and the pitch and wedge. I'll use another ball for the 7-iron, and I'll use the other ball for the driver. That way, I'm making sure that I'm using a brand new golf ball for every test, and that by the time we get to the driver results, I haven't actually battered these golf balls to oblivion yet. But anyway, let's have a look at the results. Guys, there is literally nothing to pick between these 2 golf balls. I'd argue again that the spin numbers aren't ideal for me due to the golf ball's compression ratings, but you have to admit that that's not a bad carry number for a 100 mile an hour golf swing. I've tested better golf balls than these in the past, and the ball speed isn't that far off. So, you guys were right. I did need to test the Taylormade Tour Response, and it is a great golf ball. But which one is actually better for mid-handicap golfers? So I've really put these golf balls through their paces. The data suggests that I should give the win to the Wilson Triad. We looked at 4 different metrics across 4 different golf clubs, and the Wilson Triad actually edged the data battle with 7 wins compared to the Taylormade's 5 wins. But the real story here is in the golf balls' similarities. Out of the 16 metrics that we looked at, they tied in 4, which is really rare when comparing 2 golf balls. And even the wins were tightly fought. This might be really boring, guys, but the best golf ball for mid-handicap golfers is going to come down to feel. The Taylormade Tour Response was definitely softer, and if you prefer a softer golf ball, you can be safe in the knowledge that you're not going to lose performance by going with the Taylormade. I'd suggest that if your driver swing speed is edging just over 93 miles an hour, then the Wilson Triad is going to be the better golf ball for you. And if your swing speed is a little bit lower than 93 miles an hour, then the Taylormade Tour Response is going to be better for you. And that's purely because of the feel of these golf balls. Price-wise, a sleeve of 3 of these golf balls isn't going to break the bank. If you're a mid-handicap golfer looking for a new golf ball, seriously give both of these balls a go. You're not going to be disappointed either way. Guys, thank you so much for watching this whole video. If you're still here and you're not yet subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Every video I do is data driven and is designed to give you guys the information you need to make the right decision for your golf game. I do all sorts of golf ball reviews and I do all sorts of club reviews. My content is designed to help mid-handicap golfers like ourselves get better at golf with knowledge. So if you like the sound of that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next week for another video.